Morning. Bet y'all doing right now. Morning, focus. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla. Working through the hood. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Fred, introverted was good. Y'all know how I get down. The wise one was good, brother. Working through my old hood. Well, not my old hood. Old hood adjacent. A lot of hills over here. Sharon Fulton, what's up? Just finished your walk? Good. You know, you can burn 100 calories just with 20 minutes of walking. So, y'all know what it is. 11:13 was good. Nice to see y'all this morning. Brooklyn top 3 was good, brother. I went for a walk earlier just because it's good for, yeah, exactly. Went down last night everywhere. Man, it's just getting wild, y'all. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Black Autumn, how you doing? Good morning, sister. You guys check out Last Spring with Autumn's channel. A lot of great content, very informative, very professional. Independent journalist right there. Black Spring with Autumn. In the chat, baby girl. I just minded you up. So yeah, man, it's wild, yo. That's why you should never go anywhere without a whistle. You know what I mean? Never go anywhere without a word. But in Portland, you know, they got the protests going on and the riots. The protests, the riots, you know, all that stuff. And I appreciate you too, Black Spring. A lot of great work you do. Fucking dog. So anyway, a 17-year-old legally carrying across state lines. Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter to a certain group. You see, this is all about ideology now. Race is going out the window. No one cares about race anymore. This is about ideology and what side you're on. If you're on my side, you can do whatever you want. If you're on their side, you're a demon. So, yet last night, you have some Trump supporters rolling through Portland, and one of them, a 60-year-old man, a Blue Lives Matter paraphernalia, Blue Lives Matter apparel, okay? So, a mob of Antifa, or whoever they want to call themselves, the far left group, one of the cats goes up to him, shoots him twice in the chest. Shoots him twice in the chest, and his cohorts are like, oh yeah, we got one. And then that's it. Like, this 60-year-old man, for what I understand, and I think there's a video out there floating around, did nothing to provoke. 60-year-old man, shot twice in the chest, executed for wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt or whatever it was. Complete nonsense. Complete chaos, psychopathy. This is what the world's coming to. And, these people are emboldened by the leftist elites who encourage them. Yeah. The leftist elites, they're encouraging this behavior. Bug out bag at the ready. You goddamn right. So, I don't agree with that. Going up to somebody and just shooting them for wearing a certain thing. What does that sound like to you? To me, sounds like the Crips and the Bloods doing what they do. And, the leftist media, they're going to spin it to where, of course, that 60-year-old man is going to be the bad guy, having deserved that fate. And it's going to encourage more of that. Yo, 1113 said, the right has started it. Be honest. Umbrella Man proves we gotta be ever vigilant. I agree. The Umbrella Man, turns out he was a racist, an actual white supremacist, part of a white supremacist group. Lance Kelly, why go to a Black Lives Matter rally with a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt? Well, Lance Kelly, it's because they were there as sort of a counter-protest. That happens. So you'll have protesters and counter-protesters. It happens all over the world. It happens when, they want to take statues down. All that. It happens when 2A supporters are... Listen, Lance Kelly, they were there to counter-protest. It doesn't, I wouldn't do it, right? I'm not going to anybody's protest at all. I think it's a waste of energy. Swagged, Mac Williams Jr., what's up? I'm not going to anybody's protest or counter-protest. Me, myself. Because you're protesting to an elite class going to bend or break for you. Change. Protest. So anyway, you should be able to wear whatever you want, wherever you want, without having to worry about getting shot to death. 11:13. I'm protesting in my own house, minding my own business. Now, see, somebody mentioned, Lance Kelly mentioned good to see you too, man. Somebody mentioned the Umbrella Man starting this whole thing off. I agree with that. He was an agent provocateur who they say was a white supremacist, part of a white supremacist group, you know. But this is coming from the mainstream media, right? And they spin more tales than goddamn Grimm, okay? Okay? They spin more tales than the Grimms. If y'all know what the Grimm's tales are, there's a lot of them. I'm protesting him. He is his GF ratted him out. Yeah. Stephen Y was good. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what that shooting did. I'm gonna tell you what that shooting did. If I believed, or if I were subscribed to the left-right paradigm lie, and I didn't know it was a lie, and I was if I were a leftist, right? Let's say I was a moderate leftist who was on the fence. When I saw that, if I saw that happen, what happened in Portland last night with that shooting, that would firmly push me to the right side. So this I want to be is up in here was good. So yeah, if I believed in the left-right paradigm lie, I would, and you know, I was a leftist, I were a Democrat, that would have been my red pill moment. Fred Klobart, what are you saying? You said what did you say earlier? Let me go back. I was watching last night, Trump supporters were driving up and down the road. A red Dodge Charger pulled up and shot the man and took off like nothing happened. Yeah. Is you talking about in Portland? A lot going on last night, huh? Well, be prepared for more of this. If you live near a city like Portland, Kenosha, Minneapolis, Chicago, wherever this is happening, be prepared for more of the same type of, attacks. Meaning, you should be prepared, because I'm gonna tell you, they're not just attacking known Trump supporters, they're attacking anybody that they don't know to recognize, that aren't chanting along with them. These people are attacking everybody. These proxy warriors, and this is what this is. This is a proxy war, okay? This is a proxy war for the elites. Detroit is cutting up also. Drive by in front of my house in January. In front of your house? Really? Do you typically get drive-bys and shit by your house? This is what Fing Book says. That's disgusting and lose move. It'll be blamed on something else, like a gang-related or drugs, whatever the case. COINTELPRO, here's money and drugs, party and riot. Yep. Cincinnati, DC, Philadelphia. Yeah. Just one time in January, and I live in a suburb. That's why I think the country's in bad shape. The country has been in bad shape. Now it's just boiling over. It's boiling over. Got this hill going. Oh man, it's boiling over. And things are going to escalate, more than likely. Did social media ruin America? No, it just exposes the ruination of America. It makes it more easy to see. Everything is so out in the open now that we're becoming desensitized to the things that are going on. Where do I see the country in 6 months? What's happening 6 months from now? We're in August. September, October, November, December, January, February. We're gonna be on lockdown. There's gonna be some flu/COVID outbreak, and we'll likely have the vaccine out by then. Because in the wintertime, things slow down and calm down. All this will die down just a little bit, and we'll be on lockout. There'll likely be another outbreak, and we'll be locked down. And we'll be a lot more subdued. We'll be locked in our homes with the heater going. And what's the heater doing? If you have a gas heater, the gas heater is going to push out CO2 and suck up oxygen. We'll have our windows closed. We'll be breathing in our stale air. So we're gonna be subdued. A sense of all was good, mama. Okay, I was at home, staying out of trouble. I have full deniability. If it comes to my neighborhood, this volunteer will defend my neighbors and friend. Here we look after each other. Whew. 6 months now. Blackouts. 6 months from now, COVID-20. You know what I'm saying? In my state, maybe time to exit the grid. Agreed. I have several options. I just got to get my wife fully on board. She's still trying to hold on to California. Stephen Watt, what's up, man? Appreciate that. Thanks for being a supporter. Now, don't worry about the grid. There's so many redundancies. I'm an electrician. Philip J. Turner, what's up? The wise one says, yo, Snap, only have 83 friends right now on Facebook, including you. I keep my circle small. Wise man. My circle is small too. So look, yeah, I'm good, man. Philip J. Turner, thanks, brother. This is my routine, 3 days out the week. I'm rucking right now with about 50 pounds of weight. So, got my pack on. I just tackled this hill. I just tackled that hill. Oh, you from Montana, silly as I want to be? You probably in one of the best places to be right now, man. All you got to do is make sure you're good for the winter. You make sure you're good for the winter. You don't really need nothing out here in the big, grand, urban world. That's where I'm trying to be. Not Montana, but necessarily, but somewhere where I can survive a winter without needing anybody or anybody else, or needing or anybody or anything from the government. We're in Cali, you're in San Diego, I'm in LA. See, this is the hill I just tackled. I'm gonna do it maybe 2 more times. Whew. Love is Minda Taylor, Texas. I thought of Texas. Texas is an option for me too. The only thing with Texas though, a lot of liberals are moving to Texas and they're trying to take their little ideologies there See that hill? I just did that. About to do it maybe 2 more times. LA might be a bad place to be. Man, let me tell you something, man. It is for sure a bad place to be right now. Ironically enough, we don't really have any protesting going on out here. We don't have no protesting, no rioting. We had it initially with the George Floyd thing, but not too bad. The Mayans parable, you in San Diego too? Black Spring, you out there too, ain't you? Yeah, Texas is purple. I don't want to go to Texas, right, where they have all these beautiful, beautiful, non-existent gun laws. And then I get there, with my luck, how things work out for me. I'll move to Texas, and 2 days later, it's gonna flip blue, and they're gonna pass an assault weapons ban. They're gonna make it a shall issue state or a may issue state instead of a shall issue state. And in terms of concealed carry license, they'll make you ficky. They'll do a 30-day waiting period. With my luck, I need to go somewhere where there's no chance of that happening. Pretty K Smiles, what's up, mama? But yeah, just shooting people indiscriminately for not believing in what you believe in, that's a declaration of war, man. That's a declaration of war. This is going to incite the right, man. The right has been, sitting back, rather patient, if you ask me. I miss you too, Pretty K. I ain't seen you in my stream in a minute. Where I've been at, I've been right here. Making my videos, doing my lives. Now that I got 1K subscribers, I've been blessed with the privilege. By YouTube to do lives. So I like to do my lives while I'm rucking. Oh, you have? Yeah. Good for you. Caution carry, you can buy and carry and conceal anything you want. Where is that, Frank? Oh, in Kentucky? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind places like that, man. Hey, if the freer the state is, the better. The less government involvement, the better. Like there are states with what I'm gonna say, constitutional carry, just minimal government involvement, like no state taxes, things like that. Not payroll, no state payroll taxes, shit like that. No local taxes. I mean, those are the type of places I'm looking into. And honestly, there are a lot of places, a lot of states where they have land where you can get land for like $1,000 an acre or something like that. A lot of land like that. And that's the type of thing I heard about in Utah. You got places like that. You got land in Utah that has that type of shit going on. Open carry, no registration needed unless concealed carry. Silly as I want to be. Where you at? You're in San Diego, right? So San Diego, is that they give out licenses a lot easier? I'm on the right. I promise, President, I would not raise my hand against another while he's still in office. I mean, that's noble, man. Philip J. Turner. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Pretty K. You're in Chicago. Oh, Montana. You okay? No open carry. Yeah, no open carry anywhere in California. You can't even get a license for it. No open carry ever since the Mulford Act. The Mulford Act back in I think in the 70s. They did that because the Black Panthers marched on the Capitol, and they didn't like that. And the NRA backed that. The NRA backed that bill. So that should tell you something about the NRA. And the NRA created the NICS system. The NICS, the National Instant Check System. The NRA did that. They said the NRA, we have those instant background checks. Let's see. New Hampshire, yeah. But you know what? I'll take a little bit of cold for some freedom. Watch the College Humor NRA video. Montana has no registration unless concealed carry. I can carry in a semi-auto handgun or rifle openly. Beautiful thing. And I don't know why you would need, why do you need a permit to carry conceal if you can open carry? Let's see. Read something about Arizona. Yeah. I lived in Arizona for 2 years and didn't know that. But I was 18. From age 18 to 20, I lived in Arizona. Didn't know about that. Otherwise, I would have been doing it, that's for sure. But that was before I joined the Army. And I didn't really care too much about guns. I was indifferent about it. Didn't really know much about it. Other than what I knew from gangs and movies. Montana's a beautiful state. Yeah. I was thinking South Dakota. South Dakota, I like that governor there. She would not lock down. And she wouldn't take no money from the government, from the feds, for unemployment. And the people in South Dakota are quickly getting their jobs back. Great governor out there for as much as it's worth. The Dems at it, the concealed carry during Obama. Yeah. It's all about them wanting to be in your business and control what you do. If they can't see it, they don't like it. They're afraid of what they can control and what they can't see. Who stands out? Black Spring. I still don't see how we are overwhelmed and overpopulated when we have all these deserts beyond Nevada, Hub Central, all this land, all these empty apartments, grasslands with stable areas. Heck yeah. Swag McWilliams Jr., you're right about that. The U.S. is 95% rural open space. So why are we stuck in these urban areas? You mentioned left-right paradigm lie. Admiral at Dakota Governor Noem. Yes, she's great. I like her. She ain't playing around with these people. If I were to ever believe that there was a governor that wasn't bought in, I would think that maybe she wasn't. But as far as governorships go, there's only so much freedom you can have. So Admiralman asked, you mentioned left-right paradigm. Can you explain what that means to me? Well, that means that it's a false dichotomy. This is a two-party system, Democrat and Republican. And they switch control every so often, right? And they act like they disagree on a lot of issues. They act like they disagree on a lot of issues. But when it comes to infringing on your freedoms, guess what? They bipartisan as shit. They bipartisan. You understand? Not only that, I'll give you an example of the bipartisanship in regards to taking our freedoms. The Patriot Act. That was a bipartisan bill. Okay? The Patriot Act was a bipartisan bill. The crime bill 94. Right? That your boy Joe Biden started up. That's a rights infringing bill. You steal a Snicker, you go to jail for life. Right? Stealing isn't good. It's not a good thing to do. It's if you didn't pay for it, somebody put their, the manufacturer made the Snicker, so they put time and labor and energies into it, so that you should pay for it. But, to go to jail for life for it. So you got the Patriot Act, rights infringing. You got the Model State Health Emergency Powers Act, the Model State Health Emergency Powers Act, right? Rights infringing is medical tyranny. Bipartisan. What else can I think of? The TAPS Act. The TAPS Act, which is sitting in Congress right now, is bipartisan. The TAPS Act is the Patriot Act on red flag laws on steroids. It's an all-encompassing, right-infringing law that is sitting up in Congress right now, split down the middle. 50-50 support for that. And they know it's going to reach all up into our pockets. It's going to cost lots of money. It's going to cost lots of our freedom. Bipartisan, across the board. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? When it really counts, when it really counts, when it really comes to snatching your freedoms up, they will be bipartisan than a motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, all they want is control over the people. They're the elite class. We're the proletariat class. And they can't be having the proletariats doing what they want to do. You understand? Not only that, the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 ensured that the left-right paradigm is false. Because no moves can be made that are significant without going through the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve controls the money. Okay? They control the credit. They print money. They do whatever they want in regards to the monetary system in this country. And we allow it. Every president that has come into office has allowed the Federal Reserve to remain. They have allowed the IRS to remain. The IRS is a terrorist cell. The IRS, the IRS is just an arm of the Federal Reserve to make sure they get our money. You know what I'm saying? So look, even the most weakest attempts to pretend, the weakest attempts to show that you might be different, they fall to the wayside, right? So Trump did that executive order where he wanted to defer taxes, right? Defer Social Security, defer this, defer Medicare, coming out of your check, right? But you're gonna have to pay that back. He's just deferring it. He's just not allowing it to come out of your check right now at this moment. But later on down the line, you're gonna have to pay that back. So guess what? Most employers aren't even gonna do it. They're just saying the employers got your back more than Trump does, or not Trump, but more than the Federal Reserve. Like Trump cannot, without Congress, eliminate a tax. So all he did was defer it. The Federal Reserve is gonna make sure they get their money. That's what it's all about. It's not, the left to right paradigm is just a cover for the Federal Reserve banking system, the central banking system. The Federal Reserve is a private corporation. It's not federal at all. Now, Trump just said Trump absorbed it into the United States government, allegedly. That's what they're saying. But it still exists. That doesn't change the fact that it exists. It doesn't change its power. It doesn't take away its power. They're just telling the people, oh, the Federal Reserve, we absorbed that. So you ain't got to worry. No, you still have to worry about it because the Federal Reserve still exists. The Federal Reserve Act has not been eradicated. Whoever dissolves, abolishes the Federal Reserve, whoever dissolves and abolishes the IRS, whoever says, hey, got my electrolyte water with some chlorophyll. You know what I'm saying? Get a little more oxygen in my blood. Make sure the oxygen is flowing freely in my blood. When they come out, when there's a president or a politician that says, yo, we're going to abolish the Federal Reserve. We're going to abolish the IRS. We're going to make taxes voluntary, right? We're going to make taxes voluntary based on your needs. We're going to itemize everything that we use your tax money on. When they come out and do that, then I'll be like, okay, that's a real Mickey Ficky. But when they come out and do that, and they can come out and do it, right? They can come out and say all that. But if they don't have influence, then it's not going to mean anything. But the minute they see that you have the influence as well as the mind to bring about freedom for the people, they're probably going to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? They're probably going to kill you. You're probably going to end up dead. You're not going to last long. Look at Kennedy, right? Kennedy started talking about the Federal Reserve in a roundabout way. He's talking about the central banking system, the Zionists, right? What happens to him? Hit that like button. Yeah, thank you, Black Spring. Let me read some chats here as I'm rucking up a hill. All right, let me go up here. They really set the system up so we can't get ahead and win. That's why I hate it. Elitists now are just smarter how they oppress. Oh yeah, they definitely want to crush the middle class. Exactly. It's to take away and take down and take over. Heck yeah. Elitists now, they use the anti-Semitic Holocaust card. Exactly, man. David lets you on point. But why do you think Trump issued that executive order for the anti-Semitism stuff in colleges? It's not gonna stop in colleges, man. That's just the first step. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, oligarchs are consolidating power here like in Russia. Yeah, they've been doing that. It's just now more out and open. They're more vocal and bold now. Bill Gates, Mike Zuckerberg, Alan Dershowitz, Epstein, all these people, there's a numerous amount of them. Philip, I'm sorry, I don't remember what state. Okay. Fed probably owned, exactly. Philip J. Turner, you in Tennessee? They're pretty freedom loving out there too, right? In regards to 2A. Why is it that the yarmulkes are the forefront of open borders in all Western countries, but ATV at the same time Ireland refuses to take Syrian refugees? Well, they want to flood our systems and overwhelm our economy. And they do that by flooding people in here that use up a lot of the resources that us taxpayers have to foot the bill for. So that shows a lot of things up. Okay. The heart that pumps this blood around the world is the central bank. Unfortunately, the heart is run by Satanists who are trying to enslave the body, mind, spirit. Word. Word. Agreed. Imagine C. Trump dissolve the credible reserve. If Donald Trump dissolved the Federal Reserve, what I support about Trump now is the breaking up of these pedophile rings, how they've increased since he's been in office. For me, that's a good sign. But I ain't convinced yet. I need more than that. I need him to blow it wide open. I need information. Even though you're not supposed to put numbers in the chat. Am I on? Fuck. People. Am I good? Am I here, y'all? Damn it. Okay. Okay, good. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. If Trump dissolves the Fed and dissolves the IRS and says, I'm going to work to decentralize the federal government, then I'm all in. I got Trump's back. I got Trump's back. But this is the thing. Here's the thing, you guys. If we really want people to change the government from within, which is damn near impossible because it's so entrenched, it's so established. If we want that to happen, we really got to show out for these people. If they prove to us that they're willing to put their neck out there, stand up to protect them, we're going to have to shield them from the people that do them harm. So we can't, right? You know, you got the commentary, you got the bloggers that show their support, you know, for Trump and saying how different he is, but they're not really doing. Sorry, guys. Like I said, there's no cell towers by this neighborhood. Trump got to go, man. This is Trump's America, and I'm feeling all this morning. The stream is frozen. Y'all let me know if I'm back. All right, man. So I'm gonna just keep talking. It's showing me that I'm live. Y'all let me know if I'm good to go or not. Okay, so we have to back these people up. Listen, if Trump is the real deal, if he was the real deal, it's going to take more than showing up to a rally with Trump hats on. You know, when let's say he's elected, let's say he was waiting for his second term to really start ramping up the freedom, right? Let's say that. Once he starts making moves to do certain things, let's say go after the Fed or go after the IRS, he is going to be a target, y'all. He's going to be a target. He's going to be a target. And we have to be willing to stand up and say, we ain't going to have this. There's going to be many attempts out on his life. And it might not take many. So we have to let these people know if something happens to him, well, you know the rest. If something happens to him, you know, because look what happened to Kennedy. Kennedy was talking about the central banking system. He was talking about that in a roundabout way, just in a roundabout way, all right? And he was murdered. And what happened after that? Nothing. What did the people do? Nothing. He put his neck out there and got his head blown off. Allegedly. That's the story. Come on, man. If they didn't kill Obama, come on, bro. Obama was not, you think, Obama was not fighting for our freedom, brother, if that's what you're implying. Patriots needs to stand united, flag burning, fake national anthem, brown, blowing for the flag. Shows exactly. There's no honor at all in that. We have to be ready to fight. Do a lot of military know about the Zionist plot to dominate the world? I don't know, man. You know, when I was in the Army, we didn't talk about politics that much. Like that's the ironic part. A bunch of soldiers fighting for this country, not concerned too much with politics. No, we weren't concerned with that. I don't think, not even politics, just the state of the country in general. I don't think that's really something that's on the mind of the soldier. Not unless, like, they have to be approached about that. They have to be talked to about that. You have to understand, most of these soldiers go from high school, right, straight into the military. So they're 18. They're still kids. They're babies when they join the military. Some even join at 17 with a waiver. So they're not really concerned with that. You know what I mean? They didn't go. They're not going to college to learn about poli-sci and sociology and all this other stuff that really brings that to them. You know what I mean? They're concerned about soldiering. If you're infantry, you're concerned about training to kill your enemy. And if you're in a support division, or if you're in a support MOS, then you're concerned about supporting you're concerned about supporting the infantry. Stand for something or sit for anything. Obama did nothing that would bring the attention of the central banking system to their attention. They're like, he's a Baker puppet too. Obama was a hell of a Baker puppet. He did everything they needed to maintain control. $11.13, what's that mean? Obama, yeah. Obama's a traitor to us all. Every president, I would say, except for Kennedy, was probably that after 1913. After 1913, these presidents continued to allow the Federal Reserve to control shit. What did Alan Greenspan say about his relationship with Congress and the Senate and the president? He said, it doesn't matter what my relationship with the Senate and the Congress is. As long as they do what we tell them to do, as long as they do what they're told, as long as they stay out of the Federal Reserve's business, We good to go. You know what I mean? Alan Greenspan, look it up. I don't know if Black Spring with Autumn, I don't know if you're still here. Maybe you can go find that quote by Alan Greenspan where he's talking about the relationship between the Senate and Congress and the Federal Reserve. How he says that it don't matter about the relationship as long as they do what we tell them to do, as long as they leave us alone. What does that tell you? That the Federal Reserve is running shit and they're a private organization. That privacy, I mean, that status insulates them. Yeah, exactly. Obama gave the UN permission to come to America in case of civil war. A blue hat is a target. Boom. Boom. Why would we need another country to run, or a group of other countries to consolidate forces to come into our country if we have a problem within our own country? Look what they're doing. Look what they did in Haiti, man. Can you imagine UN coming here? The blue hats raping our women, killing the men indiscriminately. Look what they're doing in Haiti, man. You know what they're waiting on? Our rights to keep and bear arms to completely go away. The Second Amendment to be abolished. You know what I'm saying? Once the Second Amendment goes away and they start doing these mandatory buybacks, and which is really confiscation and all the other shit, that's when it really is going to get ramped up. But we have too many firearms in this country right now. Over 340 million, according to them. So, as long as we hold on to that, we have a chance. Obama is against the Second Amendment, right? Kamala Harris, Beto O'Rourke is going to be Joe Biden's ambassador. It's all about that. That is the big push. The big push is to make our rights to keep and bear arms go away. Let's see the person's name. Greater, I just shortened it. Screen name, Obama. Okay. Faith is me speaks. You know how this guy knows. They just flip the script every 8 years, exactly, or so, to distract people with stuff like Cerveza idiot psyop. They just intend to go all cashless since they printed. Yes, they want to go cashless. We'll see if Trump lets that happen. See, you have to pay attention to the shit that Trump allows, or the shit that Trump signs in the office that gets pushed to him from the Senate and the Congress, because they want the one world order. And this is described in more detail in the Iron Mountain report. I gotta look at that, which was an old video, but still relevant. Oh man, thank you, Faith is me speaks. Do you have a link to that video? I'll make you a model real quick. If you have a link to that video, put it up in here so that people can see it. I want people to be inspired to share it in my chat room. I want you guys to, that's what I'm all about, man. Information. U.S. population prediction 2025 minus 230 million. Look it up. Do you have Iron? Okay, so type it up. All right. It's on YouTube. All you have to do is type it up, the Iron Mountain report, details, actual. Okay, I will do that. So, speaking, thank you for bringing up the Cerveza idiot. I can't even say the first three letters of that on my life. Especially if I'm say something negative about or its existence, or denying its existence. So I just call it the beer bug, the cerveza bug, the Tecate bug. But I mean, I don't think if you put it in chat, it's going to be a problem. So, yeah. So, speaking of the Tecate bug, and they tell you, right? The only information you can give in regards to the cerveza bug, or the idiot bug, or the Tecate bug, it has to come from the CDC or the New World Order, right? World Health Organization. My bad. So, some interesting news about that, right? So, some months back, I did a presentation talking about the provisional numbers that the CDC has for the actual COVID-19. I messed up. The actual Tecate bug numbers, okay? And how it breaks it down, what actually caused what death and what the Tecate bug actually contributed to a few months back. I don't remember the name of that video. I think it was Alive, or it was probably, I think it was Alive. I'm not sure. But Popo just rolled by me and they see me in my gear and they didn't stop. Interesting. But those are sheriffs. Sheriff's a little different than cops or police. So anyway, it has recently come out that of the 153,000 or more deaths that they say were caused by the Tecate bug, only 6% of that were actually caused by the Tecate bug. 6%. 6% of 153K. Okay? 6% of the 153K. And I'll put a link in the description, okay? When this video renders, I'll put a description or a link in the description that shows this, okay? So 6% were actually COVID alone, right? That means the other 94%, there were some comorbidities that actually caused it or likely caused it, those deaths. And what I've been telling y'all over these last few live streams about the Tecate bug and what they actually contribute and what they actually do. Didn't I tell you guys they were stealing the deaths from every other cause of death? Didn't I tell you they stole the death from this disease and that disease? They stole every other death caused by every other thing except for heart disease and even some of that. Because how often do you hear about the cerveza bug causing people to have to wear pacemakers in their foreheads? I told you about my cousin's friend said he had the cerveza bug, showed no symptoms, right? But after it was over, he had to wear a pacemaker. And one of my older aunties in her 80s, she had it, had a few symptoms, right? But now she can't walk 5 feet without breathing hard. So the idea about this Tecate bug is that it can affect your life permanently in a negative manner for the rest of your life. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Something is causing that. Anyway, so yeah, 6% of the 153,000 can actually be contributed to Tecate. All right. And y'all know how I feel about the existence of the Tecate in the first place. Y'all know how I feel about that. And I also shared a video where a nurse is speaking. Some people may think that she was speaking insensitively about the black people or whatever, because she worked in a hospital, this nurse, that served a underprivileged black area, okay? And the medical staff within that hospital were just letting people die, right? They just let people drop dead. Like, they'll put people, or they'll cause their deaths. They'll put people on respirators when they shouldn't be on respirators. They'll do this, they'll do that. They're very neglectful. So imagine when they say that the Tecate bug was affecting the African-American community a lot worse. Then this nurse comes out to tell us that she works in one of these hospitals in this underserved area, and they're just being neglectful. It's just neglectful homicide. When people come in for a certain sickness and you have a chance to save their life, but you don't give a shit about them, and they start dropping dead, and this whole Tecate bug craze is going on, and it's easy to say, yo, the Tecate bug did it, especially if you're getting $42,000 and some change to put people on a ventilator. If you're getting $12,000 per individual that comes into your hospital with the Tecate bug that goes in the ICU. So if you get an ICU patient that has a Tecate bug, you're getting $12,000. If you have to put them on a ventilator, over $43,000. Who benefits? Key bono. You understand what I'm saying? Now they're saying 6% actual Tecate deaths, 6% of 153,000. What is that? 153,000. What's 6% of that? Let's see. That's about 9% or 9,000. 9,000, I think. So 6% of 153,000. Y'all, I'm walking right now. Somebody tell me what's 6% of 153,000? Yeah, I know the actual death rate is around that percent. Faith is me. They also is much more than their count, to be honest. Huh? 1113, what did you say? What? They also, it's more than their count, to be honest. What are you saying? 1113. I'm a little confused by that. Pardon my confusion, my friend. They say it's more too. They say what's more? 1113. The Tecate bug deaths. There's huge parts of Montana that's only been mapped by air, dude. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's why. But they're saying it's 153,000 deaths right now. So 6% of that is about 9%, around that number, I think. They're saying the body count is higher. Yeah, 9. Yeah. So, listen. Tuberculosis, I think, in this country kills about 10,000 people a year. No, and tuberculosis is hella contagious. Are you kidding me? It's highly contagious. 10,000 in this country a year. 1.5 million across the world, okay? I don't even think the Tecate bug has reached that number across the world, so they say. What's the worldwide numbers for Tecate bug? Is it at 1 million yet? Tuberculosis is 1.5 million a year, easily. No one does this for tuberculosis. It's highly contagious. And the masks are actually designed to stop the tuberculosis. But we're not forced to wear a mask for tuberculosis. I don't know. Narrative is what it is, I guess. If it was a pandemic, well, it's not a pandemic. Pardon me, y'all. It's not a pandemic. See, when you do this cardio, when you do this good cardio, man, and your blood is pumping, and your mucus lining is working, you get rid of a lot of nasty stuff out of your body. and I just hacked up some nasty stuff. It is what it is. That's why I do what I do. I mean, I don't know anyone personally who has had the Tecate bug, except for like that guy I told you about that goes to my brother. My brother's a barber. It's his barber customer. He cuts his hair. He's from New York. He had it. He said, they told him he had it, okay? And he's had fever, muscle aches, lost of taste and smell, but that's after the first symptoms went away. California looks awesome. That's dope, silly as I want to be. That's a task right there, my friend. Well, that's why I do what I do with this, man. See, if you put this pack on, if you put this weight on and you go rucking, and you do it for quite a while, and you go longer or faster, man, you can walk anywhere. You can go to those high elevations with a normal size pack. I live in Western Colorado, and they been burning us out. Oh yeah, well, you know, they're burning us out in Northern California and Central California. As a matter of fact, my rancher, the guy I'm gonna do the smokeless range with, I'm gonna become a trainer at a smokeless range as an independent contractor. Yeah, Paradise. Do you know Paradise was sitting on gold? Paradise was sitting on a lot of gold. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Altitude sickness is real. Went to Denver to work, 2 weeks to acclimate. Good idea. Good idea. Well, that's why that's why you can wear those masks. Before the Tecate bug came out, I was wearing a mask that would acclimate you to that, and you change there's adapters that changes the amount of air you get. And but it's not like a filtering mask. It doesn't stop any type of disease. It just acclimates you to high altitude training. So anyway, I went to Big Bear in February. It wasn't too bad. Like, I didn't have a problem breathing up there, and I was doing my workouts and all that stuff. Yeah, so 6%, only 6% were actually from the Tecate bug. But y'all know this. They've been telling us for months that they're padding the numbers. They're padding the numbers. Oh, you have a coexisting condition? Oh, you're gonna die in a week? Oh, you were gonna die in a week anyway, but you have the Tecate bug? We're gonna give it to the Tecate bug. You got your head decapitated in a car accident? Well, you know, the Tecate bug probably weakened your neck muscles, and so therefore it made it easier to have your head cut off. Yeah, it's whatever they gotta do to justify it. They can't even come up with a real disease that could actually wipe out mankind. So they have to pad the numbers. And even when they pad the numbers, they can't, enough people aren't dying to really make it a real pandemic, right? They just declared that the Tecate bug was the third leading cause of death earlier this month. I talked about that too. And then we find out that it's actually only 6% of that 153,000. Man, it's nonsense, man. When are we gonna wake up? And this is my thing. This is why, how can I trust Trump when he's not talking about this? When he's not calling this shit out? Why is he allowing this to happen? And then, you know, they're telling us, you have these people telling us, I'll put a link to this in the description as well. Not everyone needs to get tested. Even if you come into contact with someone who had the Tecate bug, you don't have to be tested. You know, especially if you don't have any symptoms. But then Fauci comes out and says, whoa. Everybody still needs to get tested. Well, I don't know why they're saying that. I was in getting an operation to have my polyps removed. So, I didn't know they were doing this. You see what I'm saying? Who do we believe? Do we trust the mob doctor? Are we going to trust the mob doctor, Fauci? Or are we going to trust the people that said, You know, if you don't have symptoms and you came into contact with a Tecate bug person, and you don't really need to get tested. Because guess what happens when you get tested, man? When you get tested, they're not just finding out if you have or don't have something, right? Because they can't really do that with the PCR test. That's not what it's designed for. It's not designed to diagnose a disease, man. It's looking for an RNA sequence. An RNA sequence that a number of things can cause or to display, you know? So why are we using the PCR test as the be all end all to see if these people have it? I mean, I keep reading reports and reading stories about people who got really sick. Matter of fact, Michael Irvin, the Dallas wide receiver, the former Dallas wide receiver, Michael Irvin, he had it, allegedly. They told him he had it, but he was feeling sick. You know, like normal flu-like symptoms. He got tested twice, came up negative both times. So then he got the antibody test, and the antibody test came up positive. But what we have to understand about the antibody test, and I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist. This is just based on actual research papers and studies. Good morning, and things like that from actual scientists and doctors that say that a number of diseases, a number of types of coronaviruses can cause those antibodies to show up. You understand? So a number of coronaviruses, like the cold coronavirus, right? Like there are several coronaviruses out there. Actually, there are dozens. And any number of those can cause the same antibodies to show up, right? But I have a question. What are the antibodies really? Are the antibodies the virus itself? Or is it something that's coming out to fight the virus? I don't know. This is just a question. See, when I start going down this road, I start getting my channel, start getting my live taken down. So I got to be really careful. So I'm gonna frame it like this: the Tecate bug. Okay. Let's say you get the antibody test for the Tecate bug, but you're of the belief, and this has been talked about by several doctors and researchers and scientists, that they actually believe that viruses are exosomes that are part of your immune system, that are part of your body's system to fight toxins or to fight bacteria. There are some that actually believe that viruses are bacteriophages. Bacteriophages are viruses that your body have just to fight certain bacteria. All right. Now, this is satire, YouTube. I'm not making any assertions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a professor. Okay, I'm just telling you, this is satire right now. This is satire. What I'm talking about right now is not to be taken seriously. I'm a jokester. I'm a comedian. You guys have been laughing the whole stream, so I'm gonna keep talking in the jokes. I'm gonna keep telling you the jokes. There's a joke that viruses are bacteriophages, that, well, there's some viruses. There's many viruses that do different things. All right. According to a joke that I heard. This is a joke that fight bacteria and other things that might be contaminating your body, or they're cleaning up. They're doing cleanup as part of autophagy. All right, so let's say you have a damaged cell. Your cell might release a number of viruses to destroy it so that it doesn't affect the other cells in the body. So when you think that it's actually the virus attacking your cell for the hell of it, it's actually the cell removing damaged tissue, right? Breaking down damaged tissue for the removal of your body. And sometimes there's too much damage. There's too much damage, and the number of the virons or whatever, multiply to the point where there's too many cells to clean up, and you end up dying because your body is in such a toxic state that the viruses, it was just too much. So it might appear that the virus itself killed you, when actually it was just too much damage to your cells. But what happens, all right, this is a joke. I'm not a scientist. I'm not I'm an electrician. All right. I'm an electrical engineer. That's all I am. I'm not a scientist. So what happens when they detect the virus that's cleaning up the cells? And instead of concentrating on what's actually causing the damage to that cell, they're concentrating on eradicating the virus. And so your tissue continues to create these viruses, or you create free radicals that form so much mutated and damaged tissue. You start to form tumors because you keep destroying the viruses that are getting rid of these damaged cells. So the damaged cells continue to grow. So you keep taking away the viruses. Oh, the virus is there. Let's get rid of it. Cancer tissue continue to grow. This is a joke, y'all. No scientists at all. No scientists. This is a joke. So what do you have? You have tumors growing because the things that were cleaning up those damaged cells, along with the what destroy free radicals, antioxidants, right? So there's a number of things working in your body to help keep your body from destroying itself, from being contaminated. What they call antioxidants, viruses, exosomes, whatever you want to say. So when you destroy the exosomes or the viruses that are removing these damaged cells, because the antioxidants couldn't work fast enough to destroy the free radicals, then you have tumors forming. I'm just saying, this is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke I heard from numerous scientists, numerous professors and doctors that actually have their own mind and think freely and aren't oppressed by the CDC and the World Health Organization and all this other stuff. I'm just saying, it's a joke. This is not real. So don't take me seriously. Don't think with your own mind. Just believe what they tell you. All right, let's read some chats. Too many antibodies are actually not good. What happens? Then they start to attack healthy tissue. So it's not that it's weakening the immune system. It's just that your immune system is overpowered and it's overworking. All right, and that's where they have these autoimmune diseases. These autoimmune diseases are just that. When it's autoimmune, if it's an autoimmune disease, it's something that is causing your immune system to attack its own body. All right, so that's why they say, like I talked about yesterday in a video that I did about THC. THC prevents or can prevent cytokine storms or cytokine storms, which what happens in your lungs when it overreacts to the contaminant in your lungs and it floods your lungs. That's a cytokine storm. So yes, your immune system can overreact and attack itself. And that's what happens, jokingly, as a joke, with viruses. When there's too many damaged cells, it overpowers your immune system, just attacks the hell out of you, and you die from it. Because there's just too much damage shit going on, too much contamination. Or your body just triggered, your body's easily triggered into attacking itself, even with very little contamination. That can happen too. That's what happens with lupus, HIV, and other things that cause you to show up as a positive on HIV test. So it's not, HIV is not the only thing that will give you a positive HIV test. A number of autoimmune diseases can do that. Leukemia, and things like that. This is a joke. I'm not a scientist because they don't want you talking like that unless it's a joke. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with it, man. All things in moderation is good advice. Cholera is a mean green on the scene. It's good taking over time. Yep. Steven, I was making it funny. I shot a bear trying to get my dogs 2 weeks ago. Wow. Bears are always close to me. See, that's the thing. You really got to be. So let's say you live in an area where it's a lot of nature and wild animals roaming around and you got predators and things like that. You really got to be prepared to handle that too. You got to like us up for sure. Thank you, Faith is me. Let's see. Let me get it funny. Food grade peroxide is good in moderation. Yeah, I got a lot of food grade peroxide. Food grade hydrogen peroxide is 34%. The kind you get in the store is 4%. Yeah. I'm using food grade hydrogen peroxide in water. See Doc Kevin McCarran live now. He is a brain doc if you want to learn this subject. Yes. I'm always interested in learning from doctors who aren't just going with the narrative. You know what I mean? Notice how Yapu went all silent on allowing comments. Who? Who's Yapu? Yeah. This is correct. I use activated food grade charcoal and wiped out stomach flu. Yeah, so if you're gonna think about charcoal, if you use charcoal, you gotta make sure you replenish your good gut bacteria. And not only that, so the charcoal is good for absorbing toxins and removing it from your body, right? It's toxic heavy metals. But it also absorbs some good heavy metals. So you actually have to make sure that you replenish your body with those good heavy metals and all that stuff. Just like taking antibiotics. If you take antibiotics, or if you do a cleanse, like a colon cleanse or something like that, then you have to make sure you replenish your good gut bacteria with good gut bacteria. Otherwise, you're just gonna, let's say you take antibiotics. If there's a freaking one little Mickey Ficky bacteria, bad bacteria left, or two, they can multiply and overgrow, and you won't have enough good bacteria to balance it out. So you have to make sure you replenish. So when you take something that, charcoal just does not target only heavy metals that are bad for you. So you have to make sure you replenish that. Just like with cleanses and antibiotics. Daily vitamin. My wells are testing twice. Ooh, you got a well, huh? That's what I'm talking about, man. Silly as I want to be, man, that's what I'm talking about. I'm back at the truck, y'all. Almost an hour and a half. See, that's what you gotta have. You gotta have a well. See, now, he's good to go. And he's testing his well. Hold on, guys. He's testing his well. That's good. Daily vitamins, yep. You know, daily vitamins, if you're not eating foods that have the vitamins that you need in it. If you have a balanced diet, then you should be getting all the vitamins you need. Bentonite clay is also good. Yes, bentonite clay. I use it. I had a staph infection in my armpits a few years ago. horrible. That shit was bad. I had I don't know how it happened, but you know Staphylococcus is always on you. So when it penetrates, like if you don't have the good bacteria and the good things on your skin to stop the Staphylococcus from entering into your bloodstream, then it can be bad, right? So anyway, and I think that's what was going on in my armpits, man. You start using these these deodorants that are killing everything, and you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be killing everything that's on your skin. There's a reason that your skin has all this stuff on it. It helps fight bad things from getting into it. So you're stripping your skin of this stuff and you get infections from things like Staphylococcus. So I had Staphylococcus in my armpits, and I use a bentonite clay to eradicate it. It took care of it. I put it on a few days, boom, that bentonite clay took care of me. I just, you know, you make a paste out of it and you rub it on your skin. So what are you talking about using the, eating the bentonite clay? Or are you talking about ingesting it? When they use drug test people, use Sonny's number 7, which is bentonite clay. Oh yeah. When they drug test the people, for sure, for sure. What should we call? I'm Snap, man. Just call me Snap. Snapzilla Gorilla. Snap for short. It was a liquid. Yeah, I used the actual powder. There was a bentonite actual clay powder that I made a paste out of. Yeah, Snapzilla Gorilla is my YouTube name, and the Definition of Anarchy is my channel name. So just call me Snap. I have a real government name, of course, but you know. Wash clothes with borax too. Yeah, no, not a bad idea. Yeah, I take iodine all the time. What math formula? Faith is me speaks. Hold on. Okay. It's a cube with 9 boxes. Like the Rubik's Cube? No, Rubik's Cube have no more than 9 boxes. Don't give your government not being mean. Just can't be giving names all willingly. No, I'm not gonna give my government name. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said it a few times. I mean, they already know what my real name is. They already know. I'm a veteran. There's not much they don't know about me. They got everything on me. They got my DNA. They got my fingerprints. They got my blood. They got all that shit. They got me. It's too late for me. I can't be incognito unless I go completely off the grid and go dark. Colloidal silver is good, yep. And you add these numbers left to right, top to bottom, 492, 357, 816. Those numbers add up to 15, which is the atomic number of phosphorus, 1113. Zinc also. Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. You know, I used to take here's where it gets more interesting. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Faith is me. Name meaning light bearer, and the devil's element because it's contained in most. Are you talking about luciferase? Phosphorus. You saying phosphorus means light bearer? Yes, that's true. 15 is associated with Saturn worship and also in the original cathode ray tube for CRT or television. Got it. We know there's symbolism in everything they do. Everything has a meaning. They don't do anything for no reason. Luciferase, quantum.bio, replicant inhibitors. Yes. Learn to make your own black powder. It's actually not that hard. I bet it isn't, man. What? Who did it first? The Mongols? Black powder? Back in the 1200s? The Khan Dynasty? So the imparting of knowledge to the original creation or the contamination of creation or predictive programming. Man. On point. You know what? Should stand line. Oh, god dang. I gotta open up my bed in my truck, man. So last night I made the mistake, yeah, the Khan Dynasty. They came up with black powder. So it can't be that hard today, can it? They didn't have the technology we got. Thus explaining transhumanism, DNA altering GMO foods, etc. Yeah. What did Bill Gates say? He said we're injecting genetically modified organisms into children's veins, just shooting it right there in their bloodstreams. They know what they're doing. Just like this new vaccine they got coming out is an RNA vaccine. It's an RNA DNA vaccine. So right now I have to open the bed of my truck because last night I left the tailgate open and all the mosquitoes in the neighborhood decided to make a home in the back of the bed of my truck. So now I gotta open it and I gotta drive around to encourage these little fuckers to get out of my truck bed. Mosquitoes in Southern California in the summertime. Can you imagine? Maybe your eyes can see them. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Look. I don't know if you see all those. See all those mosquitoes in the back of my freaking truck? I don't believe I have any standing water back here. Look. Look at that. You see him? Fuckers. Look, they're on the other side. They're right here. They're just flying all around my freaking truck. Fuckers. No, I'm not in Florida. I'm in Southern California. So now I have to leave this open so that when I'm driving, they can all get blown out. They all get blown out of here. Oh, shit. But anyway, guys, look at this. Look, I gotta find out if there's what's back here. There's no standing water back here, so why the hell are they in here so deep? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta make some more moves. And I'll get back at you guys on a live on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure I'll come out with some more videos. Like I said, I'll post some links about some of the things I was talking about in the description, particularly about the 6% of actual Tecate deaths. All right. Peace out, y'all.